PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi is stepping out onto the pitch as we get set to welcome the new signing Neymar to the Parc des Princes for the first time here in an official capacity in front of the fans. Thomas Rongen, doesn't get much better than this for somebody like Nasser.
No, it's groundbreaking, not only for PSG, Ligue 1, but in the world, that this kind of money is being spent on a player. But the marketplace dictates that. I think anywhere you go in the world, if you're able to get that kind of money because of the reason that television rights have gone up, etc., etc. Last year we had Mr. Pogba at 110, and then this year it becomes 250. By the way, Mr. Ronaldo is set at $1 billion. His clause, there he comes. He's got his subs down. He's not ready to play, that's right.
Certainly, as Neymar comes out to the fanfare and the applause. And there you go. Doesn't get much better than this. Neymar, I wonder too, with such a price tag that's applied to his name, if he feels any kind of pressure. But we asked the question when they brought him into Barcelona from Brazil. At that point, does he feel any pressure coming to Europe on such a large price tag? And this one far exceeds that one. But he has European experience. He's increased his brand. But still, you wonder if there's an element of pressure that's involved.
He came to Barca at a very, very young age and had to prove himself. Was not yet part of the Brazilian national team. But what has helped him, Terry, is he won the Olympics with Brazil. Was a very important component with Gabriel Jesus, both now playing for the senior team as well. Has done great under the new manager and have really become the team to beat in the Common Bowl qualifying race for 2018, the Russian World Cup. So he said several times, I don't feel pressure. I'm not here for the money. I just want to play, and he will become a better player over time. He's still fairly young, as you know, so there's many, many years left in this player, and I think he's just reaching the top of his career, which normally is between 25 and 29 in terms of talent, in terms of mental capabilities, in terms of physical, and in terms of technical ability. There he is, one of the best in the world.
And what he brings as an international brand as well at the age of 25, and how he's built that to this point. So certainly you are right. He's just getting into that peak area of his career on and off the pitch.
Okay, Terry, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I have to interrupt you. We're going to toss it to the commentators as they are going to, as we listen to Nasser welcome Neymar.
Thank you, Neymar. Thanks to you, the supporters. Well, we're going to work hard to win many trophies, is the message from Nasser Al-Khelaifi. Of course, this club have already won many trophies in the 6 years since Qatar Sports Investments bought out the club and transformed football in the French capital and in France. How does that feel to be here at the Parc des Princes today, to feel the fervour of the Paris supporters?
Muito feliz.
Very happy.
Outro grande sonho que eu estou vivendo. Vim para grande desafio. Espero contar com todos vocês.
Came for a great challenge.
Eu vim aqui para fazer história.
And I came here to make history.
Je suis très heureux. Je suis ravi d'être dans ce nouveau défi. Je suis heureux d'être ici. J'ai l'intention de gagner de nombreux trophées avec vous.
Television here in France, helping translate.
J'aurai besoin de votre soutien pour ces trophées. Você tem mensagem para
And she translates into French from Neymar's Brazilian Portuguese. Fans are loving it here.
Sur cette pelouse du Parc des Princes, tu l'as d'ailleurs dit hier en conférence de presse. Juste un petit mot, parce que tu le sais, il y a une filière brésilienne, il y a une histoire brésilienne ici au Parc. Qu'est-ce que tu as envie de dire aux supporters parisiens?
As you said, there's real history with Brazilians at this club.
Paris is magic.
Paris is magic.
Paris.
This is Paris, is the...
Ici, c'est...
Merci à vous.
Merci beaucoup.
La photo.
Neymar playing to the crowd. There have been some wonderful Brazilians who've worn the Paris Saint-Germain shirt in the last 30 years or so. Rai in the 90s, Ronaldinho in the early part of the last decade. What a player he was, who went in the other direction from Paris Saint-Germain to Barcelona. And of course the current side has its fair share of great Brazilian players as well as Neymar, Thiago Silva, Dani Alves, another big summer signing.
Allez, je pense que ça vous fera plaisir. Juste pour vous. Et maintenant,
well, the beaming Neymar, who is lapping this up. The setting is perfect for him. It's a beautiful summer's afternoon here in the French capital today. And he has Paris at his knees. Neymar now taking a lap of the pitch here. Star who is adored in his native Brazil. He is still just 25 years old, let's not forget, and the feeling at Paris Saint-Germain and among many around the world is that this man is the future. If the present is still Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, Neymar's now ex-teammate at Barcelona. Well, Neymar himself has to some extent had to live in their shadows for the last few years. And he has come here clearly because he wants to be the main man. Having had to serve perhaps as a foil many times, but also as an outstanding partner to Lionel Messi, along with Luis Suarez in the Barcelona attack for the last few years. He has decided to break away and go for it himself, and he joins an already thrilling Paris Saint-Germain attack. And just look at what it means to so many of these young Paris Saint-Germain fans here to be in close contact with their new hero. Neymar has already won the Champions League as a Barcelona player. He's won a couple of Spanish titles as well in the last 4 seasons. Of course, Barcelona missed out last season to Real Madrid. Last year he helped his country win Olympic gold. He was already the superstar of the Brazil team at the 2014 World Cup on home soil. That ended in tears for him. Brazil, of course, losing historically that awful defeat to Germany in the semi-finals that Neymar missed after suffering a terrible injury in the quarter-final win against Colombia. But he certainly has experience of handling the pressure, given what he went through in 2014. He was already a megastar then after emerging at Santos. He is more than just a footballer, he is an international brand. Neymar Senior, his dad, who you see in the stands today at the Parc des Princes, is almost as big a star in many respects as him. He's as well known as Neymar Jr. For anybody who's followed the development of the player's career in the last few years, two of them go hand in hand. That is why Neymar has Neymar Jr. on the back of his shirt. It is a nod to his father, Neymar Senior, who was key in the negotiation of the contract to bring one of the great names in world football to the Parc des Princes. Neymar's father will be a regular at attendee, I think it's fair to say. That match is involving Paris Saint-Germain in the weeks, months and years ahead. And his son, Paris Saint-Germain, hope can be the man to deliver untold glory to them. This is a club who were only born in 1970, remember, who 10 years ago came very, very close to being relegated to the second tier in France, who in 2011 were transformed when they were taken over by Qatar Sports Investments. In the last few years they have quickly gone on to be the dominant force in French football, to emerge as a leading name in European football as well, but they still have a lot of work to do to get to the next level. Let's not forget that they tore Barcelona apart here at the Parc des Princes. Neymar's Barcelona in the first leg of the Champions League last 16 earlier this year, back in February, winning 4-0 only to lose 6-1 in the return at the Camp Nou. Barcelona were inspired by Neymar to win that match in that tie. And Paris Saint-Germain have been convinced that to win the Champions League, it's a player like him they need. Well, now they've got one. Taking the acclaim of the noisiest section of the Paris Saint-Germain support mass behind the goal at the Auteuil end of this stadium. The chic 16th arrondissement of the French capital. Pitch is in wonderful condition. Neymar himself said yesterday, he already feels at home. He's got a number of fellow Brazilians that he can call his friends, and see all the Brazilian flags waving in the crowd here at the Parc des Princes. Saint-Germain were eager to make as big a deal of this as possible, and the kick-off of their opening match of the new season today, initially scheduled for 5 p.m. local time, here about 40 minutes away, has been put back to 5:15. That is 15:15 GMT. Unfortunate news for Neymar, for PSG fans, for viewers around the world, is that Neymar himself will not be able to make his debut today. He's not been registered in time. International certificate needs to come from the Spanish league, who weren't particularly cooperative in the first place with helping the deal go through. It was said well, it's a fact they refused to accept the cheque for Neymar's buyout clause when it was brought to them at their offices in Spain on Thursday afternoon. That held back the completion of the deal by a few hours. In the end, it was merely some posturing and just a delayed tactic. It has had the knock-on effect, I think we can clearly they say, preventing Neymar from making his debut today, which on paper shouldn't make too much of a difference. Paris Saint-Germain should be strong enough anyway to get the better of Amiens. Surely. Bienvenido Neymar, says the banner in Spanish. Neymar has gone again. He's going to give his shirt to the crowd here. He's broken away from those chaperoning him. And the scrap begins to get their hands on that shirt. That shirt, by the way, is worth a lot of money. Supporters at the club store in the Champs-Élysées were queuing for hours before the opening time yesterday morning to get their hands on a limited edition print of the jersey, paying around 150 euros for it. To have Neymar Jr. and 10 on the back, well, one lucky fan will get to keep one for free that's been worn by the man himself. This is a huge event. This is the world's most expensive player, and he's coming to French football. He's not just simply the world's most expensive player, really, because Paris Saint-Germain have absolutely shattered the transfer record to sign this global icon. And the family, the entourage are all there, many of them wearing